Hey guys, and welcome back to another Rome 2 battle. I'm PopeJohnPaul, and I thought I'd start with this guy because I saw him when I was loading in, and he just looks very funny. He's like looking around, just like, hey guys, oh god, can I just check that I'm here? Why are we here, guys? Guys, we're not supposed to be here, right? It's like, how did a couple of drinks and I've just ended up here? God, that'd be a mad night out. Anyway, we've got Egypt here. In Tolosa, I think the battlefield is. Egypt against, obviously, in Rome. It's Rome. So we'll quickly go through the army comps. We'll start in slow-mo. We've got Egypt here with a Greek Scorpion in the front, which is loading up. Just quickly check this out. I don't know who it's going to fire at, but it's going to fire at someone, hopefully. Anyway, and then in the front lines, we've got thorax swords, and we've got Egyptian infantry. And we've got more Egyptian infantry, plenty of them, and then behind them we've got Thoros spears, Hellenic Royal Guard, which are like pikes. Let's quickly check out these guys. Egyptian infantry, like the worst probably. Well, the worst infantry that Egypt has probably to offer. Then you've got Thoros spears here, which are sort of like a spear and javelin unit by the looks of it. And then you've got over here we've got the Hellenic Royal Guard. They're heavy pikes, and then we've got, what else have we got? More Thoros spears. Got mercenary Cretan archers. These guys look pretty cool. They look very Athenian to me though, with their light blue. I mean, just Egypt itself just looks very Athenian because they've got similar sort of units with like pikes and hoplites, and apart from like the Egyptian stuff like elephants, they're very un-Athenian. But anyway, yeah, the Cretan archers look very Athenian because obviously they're from the same sort of part of the world, Greece. But and then as a general, we've got Royal Thorax swords, and then in here we have a Galatian Royal Guard ambush unit, or like Spec Ops unit, which is looks pretty cool. They look very cool. I like how the Egyptian army is very multicultural. It's got like Celts, it's got Greeks, it's got actual Egyptians, and then we've got some more Thoros spears here. I was playing on this in this battle. I am playing as Egypt against one of my subscribers, which I'm going to start and play, who is playing as Rome. And he is he's doing an interesting formation. He's doing sort of like heavy on the right, almost, and then very thin on the left, with some supporting units like auxiliaries and Praetorian Guard, cavalry, and he does have Praetorian Guard here, and then more cavalry and general. And there we go. The first shots from the Scorpion, taking a few Praetorian Guards out. But anyway, yeah, it's an interesting formation. He was telling me about it during the battle. It's basically like the hoplite formation. You have strong right, punch through, and then with your special units like your guards and your eagle cohort to give more morale and aura to the units surrounding them, like your veteran legionaries. So they're pretty good anyway, and legionaries in behind. So he's got some fairly good units dotted around. They're more Praetorian Guard here, and legionaries, lots of legionaries, and auxiliaries, infantry, which are spears on the flanks. And then he's got some velites, some javies as support. But yes, I realised when I came into the battle, I was like, I'm missing something from this army. I'm like, what am I missing? I've got an artillery piece, in case I'm on a hill, which I was. I've got pikes, got swords, and I was like, and spears and archers, and like, oh, cavalry. So this is going to be an interesting battle. We'll see whether it affects the outcome of the battle, me having no cavalry to get in behind and damage his archers and his rear lines. But his cavalry is going to have a free roam, but I'm happy to allow him to have free roam a bit because I'm just on a hill, not hill camping as such, but just taking up a nice position, a nice gentle slope coming up it. Yeah, here come the legionaries, and just like if you were coming up this hill, be absolute. You can't even see the enemy really. You can barely see the enemy, and there you go, like you're getting harassed with missiles. There we go. Words are hard. But I mean, if you're on And then, yeah, look at this. Eagle cohort getting absolutely destroyed. And the Scorpion is pulled back at this point, which is good. And the units are starting to come into... Yeah, Eagle cohort down to 64 before it's even got a contact. Ridiculous. And the Praetorian Guard's down to 70. So, even though they're the most elite units, and I was just targeting them because I was like, well, they're going to be my problems. I mean, all the Roman units are good. And I've curved my formation here because I was worried about him being able to outflank me and do a lot of damage here. He's definitely got more units on me over here than I do. I was really relying on this ambush to come off, and they have been mobilized and they're now going forward, and even these thorough spears are now going through the gap, and the pikes are going forward. And it's something I didn't realize till later on in the battle, that I forgot to bring down their pikes. So they're just fighting as sword units at the moment, which is really not a wise idea. Don't forget to do that, guys. It really does not help you in a battle. But yeah, the Scorpion is now back and safe, and I think I use it to start targeting cavalry. But already, look, Egyptian infantry just getting absolutely destroyed. They're just not up to they're just not as good as the legions, basically. He's got Praetorian Guard, veteran legionaries, yeah. Eagle cohort, oh no, auxiliary infantry. They're just destroying these guys, and their unit is decisively losing. And I've had to bring in Galatian Royal Guard that was supposed to be swinging around the back to now come and like fill in here, but they'll hold for a long time. So now we've got the cavalry, if you can see here, of Rome, Praetorian Guard. I keep wanting to say Praetorian Guard because it's Praetorian cavalry and Praetorian Guard, but they're coming around the back. They can't even see the enemy at the moment. They just know, they can hear the shouts and cries of battle and clashing of weapons. But they've got the command to go in, and who are they going for? I wonder. They are probably going for all my archers, my really elite archers, which I have. And I had sent my general to go back and defend them, but instead then he looks like he's going to go for my back lines, and then he goes for the archers, and well, lack of cavalry, I can't stop him. So I tried to mobilize, I'm pretty sure I tried to mobilize these Royal Thorax swords and help, or maybe not, I'm not sure. I'm probably looking at something else. I may have been looking at this. The Galatian Royal Guard have now got round the back, and I'm just pushing through, and I'm going to attack their rear ranks here, I think. Yeah. And then I'm engaging veteran legionaries here, who are losing decisively. This is how good the Galatian Royal Guard are. You can just destroy Roman legionaries, which are very heavy melee, and these are very heavy melee, but these are just so much better. I don't know if they've just been caught off guard, I'm not quite sure. This can't be the whole unit, all 80. So some must have been caught off guard, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's happening. So the Cav now has pulled back, has also gone into my backlines here, and we've got problems here with Thorax swords. Thorax swords, which are a very heavy melee unit themselves, 48, 43 breaking. So I now have a very thin line holding against Praetorian Guards and auxiliary spears and legionaries. Thorax spears aren't gonna hold out long. I am struggling with words today, guys. I'm so sorry. But yeah, my archers have managed to stay together. But just look at this. I'm now breaking again Egyptian infantry, but they have also broken the auxiliary spears. But we've also, which is good. I mean, we're able to now cause a big gap here in the lines, and looking at this whole flank is starting to collapse for Rome. The legionaries here. I honestly thought around this point, I had lost. Well, earlier I thought I'd lost here because I was having to commit my general, and my archers was just for the taking, and my Scorpion is now in trouble. But then this huge breakage happened, and just the Roman line has broken. It's just they're being destroyed. The legionaries here surrounded. Praetorian Guard still holding on. This is how ridiculously good the Praetorian Guard is. Surrounded in a thin purple line. It's just wavering now. Surrounded by light blue. And yet this whole flank is almost gone. But this is still a fairly good problem. It's still Praetorian Guard, auxiliary infantry. He's still got his cavalry fairly intact. But I mean, Cretan archers, these guys are just still firing off shots instead of fighting the cavalry. That's how they're just like, nah, not even bothered. Not even bothered if they're doing that. And then I sent off quite a few units here to try and deal with the cavalry presence. If I was going to put my pikes here probably, and try and get my archers behind them, so the the cavalry has to charge my pikes before it can get to my archers. Well, I think in the end I just was like, just chase them down. If you can pin them down with archers, just kill them with infantry. But it was close. Thorough Spears here are now breaking against veteran legionaries. So again, they still have a chance on this flank, but it's a very small unit, very depleted unit, against 3 units, Galatian Royal Guard and Egyptian infantry. So I think their days may be numbered. But this is quite an even battle. There's Praetorian Guard, there's Galatian Royal Guard for me, and Thorax Swords, all just like fighting it out, and it's very, very close. I was just surprised how quickly the Roman line broke. The pikes have just gone down now. Finally, I'd realised. I was like, oh, should have had the pikes down. But these guys getting absolutely. It's a nitty-gritty battle. Put it like that. It's a nitty-gritty battle. And the cavalry now had to be committed to try and break my lines, but these are elite units that are going to hold on for a long, long time. It's looking very beautiful, isn't it? Just take a cheeky screenshot while there. Look, that was very good. That was very good. Show them how real men fight, they just said. Yep, I just show them how real men fight, and they all break just like that. I'm sorry, that was just a very good battle. But yeah, we beat some of the cavalry over here. The general then had to come in to commit, and then he's broke, and just like that, the battle is almost over. Just got Praetorian cavalry left. 1 Praetorian cavalry left. I could not. These are Praetorian cavalry are ridiculously good. They're so hard to kill. Looking muddied up, and they're about to charge into pikes, which can only end badly for them. Yeah, that's not going to end well. Yeah, they're going to die. Charging into pikes or spears as cavalry, if you're new to Total War, is a bad idea. Very bad idea. So yeah, just like that. It was a costly victory, but we won. Let's just quickly look at the results. So I was playing against, I'm not sure how you're going to say this, Mig, Jock, Jav, Jokes. He's one of my subscribers. He's a really nice guy. I thank him for playing with me and being such a good opponent. It was a very close battle. Losses were fairly high, so it was a fairly costly victory for me, but yeah, I outnumbered him just slightly at the beginning, but like he said in the when we were playing the game, my pikes, did a fair amount of damage. This one was basically broken and was fairly useless, but these ones were fairly good, and I would honestly say it was possibly my Galatian Royal Guard that won the day. They got a lot of kills, and my archers got a fair amount of kills, most of them. Scorpion did not as much damage as I like it to do, but yeah, his Praetorian cavalry, look, this one especially got so many kills. And some of his legionaries were fairly disappointing, but yeah, it was a fairly good battle, and I've got a few more, but I'll show them in the next coming weeks, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. For more battles, please like and subscribe, and if you've got any comments about Rome 2 or battles that you want me to show, then please send them in comments, and I'm sure I'll with a link, and I'm sure I'll show them. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.